Hi everybody, I'm Sandy.
And I'm Debbie.
We're from the Normal Paranormal Group. And today we're going to talk about ghosts that these people go visit in insane asylums and sanatoriums. There's a difference. And the difference is the insane asylum is for people that...
Some are for mental patients,
Right.
and the other ones were people with tuberculosis.
Well, that's the sanatorium, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, when people go do ghost hunting in there and they say about evil things crawling on the floors or over on the ceilings and all that. But back then, and even to this day, they have spirits that are stuck there permanently because they were mistreated, they were locked up.
Well, the mental patients probably didn't even know they died.
Right. And there's some violent acts that went on in there, and there are people that got their teeth pulled out just because they bit people, or they're chewing themselves, or...
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. They think it was a cruel treatment.
Right.
But in actuality, it was a safety thing.
Back
then,
in the days, not
because
now.
They didn't know how to treat someone, because you got to figure, if a nurse walks in and someone's eating their arms or their legs or their toes off or their fingers off, what are you going to do?
Right, and
You're going to put a face guard on them or pull all their teeth out.
Or we call those jackets, straight jackets on them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of
You
things.
even had them biting their own tongues out.
There's so many things.
There's two sides to that.
Right, so it's... When you go look at the situations and they go in these haunted places, and you have to question, you have to ask yourself, these spirits are stuck there because that was their life. They didn't know any other life. People threw them away like garbage, and people didn't know how to take care of people like this.
A lot of them were treated badly.
Horrible.
Before they were sent there. They were locked in closets. They were chained in attics. They were thrown in garages.
Or in a hole somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't fed, or they pooped all over themselves, or peed, because no one was there to take care of them. People didn't know how to treat people like this.
Them, and they would hide them out of shame.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing, like they show you in some of these ghost stories, oh yeah, they had a room in the attic because they had a daughter or son that they had some kind of mental disorder,
or someone who had seizures,
or seizures,
seizures,
which they called witches at the time, and back then, a curse. So they hid them. They were embarrassed, or people that were born disformed, and
so it was like the devil's. They would blame it on the devil.
Right,
it's the devil's baby.
Yeah, so we have to remember. I feel sorry for a lot of people.
And a lot of them who were schizophrenic thought they were possessed.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So they would lock them in chains because they thought, again, there were demons.
And if you look at even today, people with disabilities, and the reason why I could talk about it, I have a son who has a disability. And the thing is, when you deal with them, they're all different types, and they all have different personalities. And once you realize that there's two sides to our lifestyle, our normal lifestyle compared to someone with a disability is totally different.
Okay, and after these institutions were closed,
yes,
and condemned, and then you started having investigators, paranormal investigators go there just to see if they were haunted. Okay, sure, a lot of them found out they were haunted, but people don't talk about what happens after that. After they go on TV and say, oh yeah, we got this, we got that. Well, you got other people who are messed up. They will go there and they would do witchcraft, they would do satanic things, and they would bring in the dark spirits.
Yes.
And this was not from the original
Nope.
patients. Mm-mm. A lot of people want to blame the original patients for this, or what happened to them, or blame the doctors for them. No. Every time you have new people coming in, there's a new and different activities, because you do have a lot of irresponsible people. They think it's a game.
Right, they'll bring Ouija boards in. They'll just thinking, like you said, it's like, are you crazy for doing this stuff? But they do it. But just remember, there's a time period for each one of these things that happen. Way in the beginning, when they first opened a building, that building could have been changed from a school to a nursing home or to a place,
Boarding house.
a boarding house.
Or a priest house, or a house for nuns. You know,
Right, they change
and each,
constantly.
you know, and each
Levels.
one is different levels of paranormal activity.
Right, different types of way you dress.
And people, like the normal people who are watching this, don't put two and two together. They don't realize that there's multiple dimensions out there, and there's multiple things in the paranormal that would scare the bejesus out of anyone. And when it gets to that dangerous point,
Right?
there is no turning back from it. And a lot of them will call in a priest or someone who does exorcism. But I would have a priest. But you have people who think they know how to do it, but they don't.
Right. Debbie and I, we do a lot of ghost hunting ourselves, and especially in the past. And we always say, that's beyond our pay grade, which is nothing, zero
For demons.
for demons. We do not do that stuff.
No.
No.
I totally will
Yeah.
keep away from it. And we do use protection.
Constantly.
When we go on an investigation, we do.
We have holy water. We have our
rosary
incense.
beads, and we have our protection stones like turlamine and
Our
avitrine.
Archangel Michael prayer, we say.
Yes.
We do everything to not try to have the dark side come through.
Or attach themselves to us.
And if something starts coming through, Debbie and I know, leave.
if it's evil. or
If it's
bad.
evil, you'll know when everything gets heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
The air
yes,
is very oppressive.
very.
And you do get cold spots.
And sick and all of that.
Yes, some people actually do get sick. And you have to have the common sense to know when to leave. And if you don't, then you're asking for problems and issues.
We just wanted to talk about something that people don't talk about too often, and that's one of the things people don't talk about when they're ghost hunting, and about the different levels, the different veils, the different time periods, and then what situation at hand it was.
And each ghost is not actually in the same time
Right.
line. Like I said, layers.
Layers and layers.
You know, you have these people who were sick in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you have these other investigators come
You see something totally different.
and see something totally different. And then you have, like I said, these people who come in who try to do the witchcraft. And then you have these other people come in who do the satanic stuff. And each person brings a different energy with them. And we're talking energies and vibrations and frequencies. Everything across the board changes. Yes, full moons have a big impact. Thunderstorms have a big impact. You know, there's a lot of things that have an impact. You even have energy vampires who come in with other people who carry negative energy, and they suck the energy out of someone else, and all of a sudden, I'm sick. Well, guess what? It wasn't from a ghost. It was from that person you brought with. So you have to be careful on who you have join your group. You have to be very knowledgeable on what to do and how to do it. So it's up to you. Once you open that door,
Yeah, everybody specializes in something different.
different.
We are very fortunate to have people that knew about demonology. We knew about people that did blessings. We knew people that understood the paranormal and didn't take it to a different level and trying to make it everything bad. Not all spirits are bad. You have a lot of spirits that come and help
good
you,
and protect you.
and they warn you.
Oh, and you hear a ghost say,
Mhm.
get out, get out. You know what? They might not be talking to you. They might be telling another ghost to get out.
Right, they see something.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Or,
right, like for instance, we had the twin girls that always helped us because there was an evil entity in that house, and she always warned us. They both, I
Right.
should say, they both warned us.
warned us, they both warned us.
Right, so you
Yeah.
have good and bad, even on
Right.
the other side.
And sometimes the ghost will tell you to get out for your protection.
That's right.
They're not evil. They're just saying, hey, we can't stop this thing that's coming. So it's best for you to get out of
And
there.
they'll let you know. They'll let you know.
Yes, but a lot of people mistake it.
Yes.
Or if they see cups flying or doors shutting, right away. You ever notice? They go, it's evil. It's evil. There's a demon in here. No.
Not
There's
always.
no demon
Not
in there
always.
always. No.
You have to look at the
I'll tell
situation.
you what. If you came across a demon,
You'll know it.
you definitely will know it.
And there's no getting away from that one.
Okay, but in saying all of this,
I am Sandy.
I am Debbie
We're
from the Normal Paranormal Group. Be careful, be safe, and be alert. And
Bye.
protection.
Always.
Always. Bye.
Bye.